I've lived in Stuart, Florida for almost 30 years, so I know it inside and out. I know the areas around Stuart, Palm City, Jensen Beach, Hope Sound, Hutchinson Island, and more. I am a terrific resource if you want to know more about this wonderful area. I will always tell you what you need to hear versus what you want to hear. So if you have any questions, write them in the comments section below, and I promise I will get right back to you. Also, please hit the subscribe and the bell to receive my videos released every Tuesday. Well, Stuart, Florida, or as some call it, the Treasure Coast, is paradise. However, there are 8 things you need to consider before moving to the area, because if you can't handle them, you may need to reconsider this area or even a move to Florida. Plus, I have one bonus item that you will want to know about, and many of these are not a big deal to some, and to others, they can be a deal breaker. Well, here we go, and I always like to start with the last one first. Number 8 is the ocean. Now, we all know that it's beautiful, and it's so enticing to come here and walk along the shore, put your feet in it, or go for a swim and ride the waves. Still, it would help if you were careful with some of the things, such as during the months of April and July, we get jellyfish and sea lice. Now, the jellyfish you can see on the sand. They're sort of like a bluish pink color, and hopefully you don't step on them and just walk around them. And if you do step on one, the natives will tell you how to get rid of that terrible sting. However, the other thing is the sea lice, which are in the larva of the jellyfish. They can give you a terrible red itchy rash. Those come from going for a swim, and you don't even know it until you get out of the water and you are itching and need immediate attention. There are ways you can stop the itching, which I won't get into right now, but you must be aware that as beautiful as the ocean is, and one of my favorite things to visit, you need to be mindful of these along with rip currents. Now, rip currents can be hazardous if you do not know what to do. They typically run perpendicular to the beach, and you need to not fight it if you get caught in one, because they are dangerous. There will be postings at the beach to give you a warning, so please read the sign and make sure you always swim in a protected area. Number 7 is the tourist season. That is typically from November to April, and we have the best weather, which is when the tourists arrive, or we call them snowbirds. No, they're not birds covered with snow. They just come from the north and fly down to enjoy paradise. It's challenging for the natives during this time because our restaurants and streets become very crowded. You can't even go to a restaurant during that time of year without a reservation, even if it's a simple little hangout that you enjoy the rest of the year. Number 6 are bugs. Now, there are bugs from those little annoying mosquitoes or roaches, and the more significant ones, such as lizards, iguanas, and alligators. Now, you can eliminate the insects with pest control, and the lizards actually help get rid of the bugs as well. I don't mind seeing lizards or iguanas. For the alligators, you just need to stay out of their pond and you will be fine, other than the rare sighting which can happen in certain areas that they live in. So trust me, it's not like you see them roaming down the street all the time. So number 5 is the traffic. Getting around this area, even in the off season, can take quite a bit of time because we don't have many arteries that go north and south, which is where most travel takes place. So getting around can take you twice as long as it does when the tourists arrive. So you need to know and plan when you're going to be out and about, or at least take your patients with you. Number 4 are planes and trains. Well, the railroad tracks go through downtown Stuart, which sometimes can back up traffic. It's not that we have an occasional train. They run pretty frequently, and waiting for all of that to clear to get from one side of downtown to the other can really be annoying. We have a municipal airport where smaller jets and planes land depending on the wind and location. So many can find the airport noise annoying. I find it the charm of living in a small town, but it is a sore subject to many who have homes in the flight path or near the railroad track. tax. Number 3 is housing. Whether you are renting or purchasing, our prices are high right now. At the time of this video, which is July of 2022, our median housing prices in Martin County, which includes Stuart and many other little towns in our area, is almost $620,000 for a single family home. Now, St. Lucie County is about $380,000, and our inventory remains low. It makes finding a home more challenging. However, the good news is that homes stay on the market a little longer right now, so many multi-offer bids for a home are subsiding. We see a shift. You may want to watch this video on the real estate market named Shift Happens. Number 2 is the weather. Now, the weather is outstanding from about November through May. It's glorious, which is why we have the tourist season during that time. However, in the summer, it is challenging. So there's a couple of things you need to make sure you have a comfortable summer season. That's having really good air conditioning at home and in your car. And in fact, having a car that has the cooling option is just like it is when you have a vehicle up north and you started a little early to get the heat on to make it more comfortable. When you literally get in a car here in the summer, you literally could cook something. It's so hot. You can't leave anything in the car. And for goodness sake, if you go grocery shopping, you need to make sure you get it right home, or you keep a cooler in the car to make sure that your groceries do not perish. Now, it really helps if you have a garage or a carport to make sure that it can stay cool during the day. And for you women out there, I can tell you there are more bad hair days in the summer than good days. So the chances that you're going to walk out into the humidity and look good within 10 minutes is pretty slim. So you have to plan ahead, and that's why you'll see many women in ponytails and hats. The number 1 consideration is hurricane season. Now, hurricanes do not come all the time. However, when they do, it can be a little scary. We've been ground zero for a couple of major hurricanes. However, the season is from May 1st to November 30th, so you need to make sure you're prepared. The homes here are built to withstand most storms, and you need to ensure that you get one that has been hardened to withstand a pretty good high wind. We even have tax credits in Florida to help you get your home hardened, and a tax holiday for a week in the summer to purchase essential items you may need in a hurricane. People become complacent because we don't get hurricanes every year. So the one thing I'm going to tell you, that if you decide to make this your home, please make sure every year you prepare, because if a storm's coming, at that point, it's almost too late to get the supplies in the store. And especially with everything we've been going through with supply chains, you do not want to wait. Now for the bonus item. Not only did I talk about the housing supply, but our homeowners insurance has risen considerably due to the increased cost of roof replacements. Well, when purchasing a home, you need to consider the cost of your homeowners insurance and check if that home has a recent roof or not. It'll make the difference of what your insurance rates will be. Plans are being implemented by our government to bring down the cost of insurance in the future, but for now, this is a reality, and you need to consider that in looking for property. There are so many things to enjoy here in Stuart and on the Treasure Coast. We have unique waterways. The location is lovely. We are surrounded by water. The people are friendly. There are lots of things to do, and you get that real hometown feeling. It truly is paradise. If you would like to know a little bit more, I would love to hear from you. So please comment below or hit subscribe, as I will make sure I get back to you directly and get you accurate answers. I look forward to hearing from you, and until next time, see you later.